They have actually taken Nari Adalats to districts and blocks where there was never any Mahila Samakya. And I wanted to ask you about that. I knew it would make you feel very, very happy about it because you were the person who really planted that Nari Adalat in Mahila Samakya in Gujarat, I remember. So the fact
Yeah.
that that has lasted speaks very powerfully to that alternate vision of justice that the Nari Adalats were based on. So I wanted your on this.
Yeah, it's quite a kind of memory lane I'm walking. In Gujarat, as I was doing the training for the Sakhis and also for Sayoginis, a lot of them started talking about the cases of violence that they were being asked to intervene. And they had no idea how to do it. They didn't know how to go about it. They had no knowledge of course, no foundation to intervene in these kind of a situation. And within that kind of a meeting, we started thinking we have to do something about it because the cases are coming in much larger kind of in larger in frequency and also in numbers. And we sat down with the Mahila Samakya team in the office, and I said we will have to do something about it. We cannot start intervening in violence cases without actually training the women. Now, which women should be running it, not lawyers? That was not kind of a viable possibility. So we said, okay, if women have become such amazing activists in the villages, why can't they become even Nyai Sakhis? That's the word we coined, friends of justice, Nyai Sakhis. And we said, okay, let's train, do a full fledged 3 month long training of these women who are actually coming and reporting the cases. That means it's hurting them. They're feeling concerned about it. So let's take them as our first training, group of trainees. Now there were a lot of older women and we wondered how will they be. But I think that became a very, very important strategy because with their age and as age has a certain respectability, they could intervene in very, very difficult situations. But to begin with, they were supposed to come for 5 days every week. For 2 days, they would go back, look after their cattle, look after their children, pacify their husband, and come back. Many were single women, so that also helped. Now, that 5 day training, we started with actually saying, what is the meaning of Nagrik? Let's say, yeah, citizen. Then, घर का क्या मतलब होता है? तो शाम को हमने बोला, अच्छा घर का मतलब उन्होंने बता दिया कि घर का मतलब परिवार होता है, गाय भैंस होती है, पड़ोसी होते हैं, ये सब. हमने शाम को बोला चलो घर लिखते हैं. And we linked the legal literacy program to also some amount of literacy skills because they would need it to some extent. So that's how every word, ghar, hak, then we talked about hak throughout the day and how constitution actually talks about rights and entitlement. So then we'll go on to Samvidhan. Like that, it was done with Flavia, with two other lawyers. Ratna was there, and we developed this entire 3 month long kind of schedule and a curriculum in consultation with feminist lawyers, definitely. And then we launched the training. After 3 months, we said, okay, so then where will you do the Nari Adalat? How often you will conduct Nari Adalat? They said, okay, let's start with once a week. We said, fine. And they created a small कपड़े का एक बैनर जिसमें लिखा था नारी अदालत नीम के पेड़ के नीचे and जगह का नाम चौपाल. So they did this Nari Adalat sessions in public spaces under the gaze of men and women of that village, which I thought was an amazingly courageous kind of act. We said, कमरा ढूंढते हैं. They said, नहीं नहीं अभी तो आप चलने दो. Then we said, why don't we go to court? And they said, I still remember one sentence. दीदी कचहरी की दीवारें बहुत ठंडी है. कचहरी की दीवारें में हमारी आवाज नहीं जा सकती. हम वहां कदम भी नहीं रख सकते. वो तो मर्दों का खेल है. And I still remember, and it is true even today. So the kachari was a court and kachari was not the option. तो हमने कहा कि चलिए, तो उन्होंने शुरू किया. सबसे पहला केस जो मुझे याद है, एक डाउरी रिट्रीवल का था. औरत निकल गई थी घर से, बहुत मारपीट चल रही थी. ये अपनी बैलगाड़ी लेके निकले और पहुंच नहीं पाए, वापस आ गए. फिर इन्होंने एक ट्रैक्टर हायर किया और उस ट्रैक्टर को लेकर उस गांव में गए, वहां खड़े हो गए. 5, 6, 8 औरतें ये सारी, और उसको बोला बताते ना सामान बता, और वो सामान निकाला. दैट वाज देयर फर्स्ट सक्सेस स्टोरी कि हमने उस औरत को तो निकाल ही लिया, बचा लिया और उसको उसका सामान लिया. The second very significant thing happened, that when a woman had to leave home, these Sakhis and Sayognis actually provided home to them. So there was no question of shelter at that time. So that providing of the home actually built a very strong bond between the two, and also created a very safe space for the women violence survivors. So that was another thing. It picked up like fire, Kalyani, to be honest, because it made so much sense to actually create a different notion of justice, bring in feminist perspective into it, which we were training and talking about anyway, and also uh, make it uh, recognized by the state. Like gradually, I'm not talking about the initial phase, but gradually, even the Thana people said, "वहाँ चले जाओ, वहाँ तुम्हारा काम जल्दी हो जाएगा, पैसा नहीं लगेगा." So that credibility, that acknowledgement, while we had no legal standing, we got what we call the community recognition and acknowledgement, and also from men, because we said the cases, anybody can bring the case. Men can also, and men also came because they, I don't believe that only women suffer. We all believe that men are also kind of victims of violence or discrimination, or some kind of deceit and all that happens. The other thing was that the rape cases, when the rape cases came, Nari Adalat group decided to do it inside the camera, like inside their home. They did not allow anyone else outside to come in, because they realized the necessity to keep her identity uh, kind of not disclosed to the community. But then one day they found the rapist in the field, and somehow, I don't know what mechanism they used, they actually called out the entire village and this woman on the other side, the woman who was raped. And that scene was so powerful. There he was, under the control of women and this woman, and they negotiated with him his punishment. One of them was the share of the land to her, which he had raped, which was the first case where we moved and got the land in the name of the woman in front of the Patwari and Pradhan and everybody. So there are amazing stories how they started actually getting this sense, and they learned all the legal framework at that time. So they knew a little bit of legality, and they they would carry on these thelas, which all of us carried at that time. We were known as thela benji. They carried this thela, and one of the women decided to go कि मैं तो वकील, तो वो गांव में जाके कहती थी मैं वकील हूँ, आ जाओ जिसको भी बात करनी. So she would call herself a vakil, and I think they were the real feminist vakils that we could actually build and leave the decision making with them. At times they called us that it is a very difficult case, we don't know what to do. And that happened. So it started in Gujarat, but because it was such a new ideas which worked for women outside the court room and outside the structure of justice, which was never in favor of women and particularly poor women, that they could actually find a safe space, a very sensitive space, and a possibility of uh, speaking out with no fear. I think we established, and then confidentiality, we stated certain principles of running Nari Adalat, the confidentiality, the believing the words of women. Women always says हमारी बात कोई नहीं मानता, and we said हम इसको उल्टा करेंगे, क्योंकि हमें औरत की आवाज है, जो कि औरतों को लगता था कोई सुनता नहीं है. So that happened. So those principles were communicated repeatedly. So they became actually part of the ethics of running the Nari. And gradually, I felt they had become, in the rural context, parallel systems of justice, not alternative. Because when you put it in the sphere of alternative, it doesn't have the
Exactly.
kind of profile of legitimacy that we wanted for these processes. What is very interesting under this program that when it went to other states, they gave different names, which was also interesting. Everybody didn't call it Nari Adalat, Mahila Adalat. किसी ने और कुछ नाम दिया तो यूपी में कुछ था, गुजरात में कुछ था, and of course in the South Indian context in their own languages they named the process. But the fact that the process was kind of identical in all Nari Adalats, and we also held meeting of these women together in each state, which gave them also a chance to talk about their own cases, little bit brag about it, essential to
Yeah.
get that sense of kind of pat on your back कि मैंने करा, इतनी मुश्किल थी फिर मैंने करा. तो वो एक कभी कभी पूरा झुंड में जाते थे, कभी कुछ अगर मुश्किल केस है ना तो वहां पूरे खड़े हो गए, एंड दे चेंज देयर बॉडी लैंग्वेज. दे वुड actually talk as if they know everything while they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So that it was not only the Mahila Samakhya that actually owned this justice system, but it started spreading into the women's groups and women's movement. Like there is hardly any group, a feminist group that doesn't run a kind of Nari Adalat.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So what was really, really enchanting, delightful for me in this review, seeing just how much the canvas of the Nari Adalats has expanded. So when we started, it was about violence, started with domestic violence, then spread to public violence, took on, at least in places like Telangana, took on the caste violence thing very strongly. But now it's broadened to areas that we never imagined it would touch. I'll just tell you one story I just heard from Bihar. This woman from one of the Nari Adalats, she was saying, हमारा एक बहुत अजीब सा केस आया था. So this is a girl, she's पढ़ी लिखी 18-19 साल की हो गई. It's an arranged marriage with the families very, very happy with each other. And apparently everything fine until this girl came to the Nari Adalat one day and said कि मैं ये शादी मैं नहीं रह सकती, मुझे ये शादी भा नहीं रही है, मैं वापस इसको मतलब तलाक दिलवा दीजिए हमको, हम वापस जाना चाहते हैं. So the Nari Adalat members also were a bit foxed because they were like, मारपीट करता है नहीं, पीता है नहीं, सास और ससुराल वाले बुरा बुरा बर्ताव करते हैं नहीं, तो अच्छा नहीं है, मतलब क्या क्या बुराई क्या है उसमें, नहीं कोई बुराई नहीं, मुझे प्यार नहीं हुआ उससे. सो दे आर लाइक इसको तो समझना भी मुश्किल था. तो काफी 2-3 महीने तक बात करते रहे इस लड़की से. व्हाट आर द डायमेंशंस ऑफ दिस प्यार नहीं हुआ? डू you know, does he have sex with you? Does he have some other relationship? क्या है? She's like, कोई बहुत अच्छा आदमी है, बहुत ही अच्छा है, लेकिन मुझे प्यार नहीं हो रहा है उससे, और मुझे लगता है कि मेरी भी जिंदगी खराब होगी शादी में रह के, और उसकी भी बेचारे की जिंदगी खराब होगी क्योंकि वो कोशिश करता रहेगा मुझसे प्यार करवाने की, जबकि वो किसी और उसकी भी जिंदगी आगे वो चल सकता है किसी और के साथ. दे फाइनली फेल्ट कि अगर वो कहें कि हाँ ये तलाक होनी चाहिए, शादी टूटनी चाहिए, बाकी जो गांव के लोग हैं, बाकी इसके ससुराल वाले हैं, घर वाले भी, किसी को कोई मानेगा ही नहीं. सो दे एक्चुअली कॉल्ड अ मीटिंग, घर वाले, ससुराल वाले और गांव के बड़े बूढ़ों की, एंड दे हैड एन ओपन डिस्कशन on this whole thing of attraction, sexual attraction, and why and how it's an important part of the marriage, जरूरी नहीं है कि वो लड़का पीता नहीं है, पैसा भी देता है, मारता नहीं है, अच्छी तरह से बातचीत करता है. That all of that does not add up to a good marriage. प्यार की भी जरूरत है. And a loveless marriage where one person is constantly trying to make the other person fall in love with him is not something that is going to work. And Abha, तुम्हें विश्वास नहीं होगा, I was like floored. 3 दिन बातचीत के बाद they got both families to amicably agree to a separation. They told both families कि कुछ कुछ महीने, कुछ साल अलग अलग रहे, तो फिर कोर्ट कचहरी में भी इनका तलाक मान लिया जाएगा. म्यूचुअल इनकम्पैटिबिलिटी की नोशन समझा पाए दोनों परिवार को, गांव के बड़े बूढ़ों को. एंड लाइक वी यूज्ड टू कीप सेइंग, बिना खून खराबे के they resolved the issue. It was like a total, good Lord, क्या कर डाला आप लोगों ने. And
But
the,
Kalyani, that's yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
it's something that is discussed even within urban middle class families. A woman is supposed to be satisfied just because the husband doesn't beat her. So to open that conversation, to open that discussion, and to give that girl the space to explain why it wouldn't work in the presence of the husband and the in-laws, and for the husband also to finally say, "Main thak gaya hoon, I want out." You know, it's an amazing example of dialogic resolution. And as somebody who's seen how these family counseling centers work, I mean, I think those folks should come and take a course from these Nari Adalats to understand what resolution is without pressure, without violence, without judgment, without moral kind of dandas being applied. It was really, really amazing.
Yeah, these cases also happen in other places. One young woman said, मेरे को उसकी स्मेल नहीं अच्छी लगती, मैं नहीं जा सकती उसके पास. फिर वही तो एक और इशू है कल्याणी, which has triggered that button in my mind, that how this also is actually opening a door on women's sexualities. What do I like? What does love mean to me? And that it's not on my terms, and therefore it's not acceptable to me.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's quite an amazing leap. Now, coming back to the Nari Adalat functioning, I think the principles were also non-judgmental. No moralistic statement by any of the Nari Adalat team. That was quite difficult in the beginning. एक औरत है, उसने आके बोला कि मैं अपने आदमी के साथ नहीं रहना चाहती, मेरे को दूसरे आदमी के पास जाना है, और उसका आदमी शिकायत करने आया था कि ये किसी दूसरे आदमी से प्यार करते हैं. And immediately, of course, century-long indoctrination of patriarchal construct in our mind. और तूने कहा ये तो बड़ा गलत है, आदमी को ऐसे छोड़ के कैसे दूसरे आदमी के पास जा रही है. But that opens up a dialogue and discussion that do we have a right to our own desires and our own kind of attractions? And if we do, then what is the way of doing justice to the other partner, who you are going to leave behind and who you don't want to stay with? So when you talk about new ways of defining justice and how you talk, the dialogue is the only way to resolve these kind of conflicts. Sometimes it doesn't work, but most of the time. The other principle was that you will listen carefully to the woman without intervening, and with communicating to her that we believe what you're saying at the moment. But then always call the other party, because very often the truth lies between the two stories and two narratives. Yeah, to give the other party, however bad the storyline is, that come and tell us what is your kind of a story.
I'm just reminded of something one of the older Sayoginis who was in a Nari Adalat, Banaras Mesha. I'm trying to remember who it might have been. She said during a meeting, she said, यही कि कोर्ट कचहरी में क्यों नहीं जाना चाहती. शी सेड कोर्ट कचहरी में कानून लागू होता है, हमारे अदालत में न्याय मिलता है, ये है फर्क. It
No, no,
really encapsulates the difference. And the recognition कि न्याय मिलना वो ऐसी न्याय होनी चाहिए जो किसी के भी ठेस ना पहुंचे, सबको लगे. There has to be a consensus that this is the best decision possible for all parties. The interests of all parties have been taken. So तुम जो कह रही हो कि औरत को सुनना, उतना ही इम्पोर्टेंस वो प्रिंसिपल भी था कि मर्द को भी सुनना है, उसके घर वालों को भी सुनना है. एवरीबडी मस्ट फील कि हमारी बात सुनी गई, ली गई पूरे डिस्कशन में, और जो भी जिस भी डिसीजन पे पहुंच रहे हैं वो सबकी बात को लेते हुए और सबके लिए है. सो दैट वाज फॉर मी दैट न्याय और कानून के बीच का डिफरेंशिएशन रियली
बहुत बड़ी जरूरी है कहीं.
एब्सोल्युटली
उसको उन्होंने ब्रिज करा है,
Yeah.
ब्रिज किया है. और अभी भी it is still an evolving institution, and it
Yeah.
will continue to evolve because also new people joining, new issues are coming. The forms of violence have actually become very, very brutal and different. So I think we are constantly learning, and training of these women, regular training was an essential component of the programmatic kind of layout. So that helped a lot. That we had to renew our understanding
those
based on the cases that.
Yeah, fine for the Nari Adalat. This is the basic Mahila Samakhya process of action, reflection, again reflection. You know, those meetings regularly to reflect on all the work that's being done, what are the lessons, how can those lessons be built back into practice. That was really the spine of the whole process. And without that spine, I mean, one has now seen and heard also कि कितनी दिक्कत होती है. So the fact that so many women's groups, so many feminist lawyers who got connected with Nari Adalats in the early years continued to provide support is what keeps it going. But there is a very, very dire need for those reflective spaces, you know, spaces for critical reflection.